Hey everybody. Alright, time for another creation. I have this sign that says Hello Spring, and I have this board that came from Family Dollar, I believe. It's got a hanger on it. And this, I don't even know where this came from. I've had this for like a year. I don't remember. So I'm just going to kind of make this square sign, door hanger, wreath type thing. It's going to be very simple, and I'm going to keep the colors simple as well. Okay, so first things first is I'm going to go ahead and do the Waverly wax. And I just wipe it on. It wipes on and off easily. I'm going to use a paintbrush though, because to get into these grooves. Alright. I had thought about doing a crackle finish on this. I thought about doing like every other one a different color. But again, I just am wanting to keep it really simple. If you guys have one of these and you want to do something like that, that's fine. I'm just trying to go simple here. And that's difficult for somebody like me, because I'm always, my brain just automatically goes and thinks of more things that would look good with it. So there's like a ton of things I could do with this, but I just want to keep it simple. And this is pretty big, so this could be used as a wreath on your door. This board is fairly big. Alrighty, so that's done. Alright, so what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to distress the edges a little bit. These corners, the edges, and then in these, in between the slats here. Alright, and I think what I'm going to do is also go over it with the black. To give it a little bit more, you guessed it, definition. Alright, also in between the slats here. Alright, so now we're going to paint this. It's going to go here. And I'm going to do this in the cream color. Well, it's ivory, Waverly ivory. Painting these types of signs is so tedious. It just takes forever because you have to do all these little pieces in between. Alright guys, that took way too long. Alright, so I'm going to take the brown and I'm going to just do what I do, just distress. You could do this with paint if you wanted to. I just find it easier to use this. And I like the look that it gives. Alright, so I'm just going to kind of go over the top just lightly. And I think that's good. I'm going to sand it a little bit too. And I blend it a bit. Alright, and as you can see, I did the leaves on both of these green, and the flowers are white. Well, ivory. Alright, so this is my board. See, I put it here, it's going to pop. I had thought about using this in, kind of putting it in a corner, but making it the same color as this, just to kind of hide it. I think that would be nice, and maybe over here as well. I'm going to Mod Podge it, and then I'm going to stain it the same color. So it blends in, but it's just a little something there. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is do the same stain, the Waverly Antiquing Wax, because I want, again, I want it to blend in. I don't want it to stand out. I am going to put some black around the edges and things too, because I do want it to have definition. I just don't want it to say, hey, look at me, I'm a doily sitting here. Just want it to be subtle. And I'm not cutting the areas where the slats are. I want it to stand on those, again, just so it's another layer that you see. It's a little bit different than the rest. Alright, so see what happens with these wrinkles? This stuff just gets right in there and just defines it. I love it. It looks, to me, it looks so good. That's why I'm okay with wrinkles and I'm okay with imperfections, because there's ways to bring those out to make them look purposeful. Alright, so let's go with, I think I'm going to do the ink actually this time. The Waverly ink. And I'm going to just do with a little brush. A very, very dry brush, as much as I can. And just kind of go in here like this. I want to go around these edges so it's kind of defined. But not shouting out to you. So I have a fairly dry brush. There you go, a little bit. And we'll do this one. I'll try to do it up here so you guys can see it better. Just take most of the paint off, and I'm going around like these edges of the doily. Circular motions work really good with this so that you're not seeing a lot of brush strokes. You know, it's funny, I always go into certain projects with something in mind, like, oh, I'm gonna do something a little bit different and it's gonna be brighter, and sometimes I can do that, but then there's other times where I just keep layering. I can't help it. And that's this time. I wasn't planning on putting these doilies on here, but I thought it would look good. So now I'm wondering, do I need to put another piece here? So I feel like it's like off balance a little bit. So it looks good. But do I need another piece here? The bow's gonna go here. Alright guys, we are getting to the end of it now. I went ahead and put that last piece on, and I'll show it to you in a second, but I want to do this bow. I'm going to go with, I have some of this brown. I have to hold it though, because it's, I need this. I'm going to cinch all of this in the middle, so I'm not too crazy concerned about, you know, probably do some on this side, right? And I'm doing what I do for my messy bows. I'm keeping the strings. I'm doing all of that because I just feel like it makes it better, in my opinion. I think that's too big. There we go. Alright, well, I guess the proof is in the pudding now. We're gonna have to tie this up and see if it works. going to tie it the same way I do the other ones. And then mess with it. Alright, so let's shake it up. So I'm basically just trimming like I would the messy bow, really. Oh, that's good. Pull that, make that shorter. I don't know, guys, the loops on this are driving me nuts. I don't like them. These. So I'm going to cut them. I'll leave the loops of the rest of it, but these I just they're not working for me. That's better. I couldn't do it. And now I'll chevron them. That's much better. I like that a lot better. Alright, so what I'm going to do with these is I'm going to staple these on and then add glue. And then I have to glue this on. Okay, so now we can put this on. I think what I need on this, because it's to me it's like missing something. I'm gonna do a little bit of the black, just here and there on these edges. It's just missing that last touch. So the E6000, obviously, it's the long-term hold. And the hot glue is to tack it on so it holds it there. So I'm just going to go ahead and dab this in random places.